I wasn't originally going to talk about Xbox shutting down studios because while yes it has pissed me off, quite frankly I don't really care about Xbox. Most of the games I cover are just that, they're games. I care about the games that Xbox put out, like I'm a Bethesda fan, so most of my content is about Bethesda. I don't just make Bethesda content because it's also kind of Xbox content. I hope that makes sense, and I just wanted to say that right off the bat. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that by now you've all heard that Xbox have officially shut down 4 studios, 2 of them being Tango Gameworks, the developers of Hi-Fi Rush, and Arcane Austin, the developers of games like Prey or, most recently, Redfall. And all I have to say is I'm disappointed, upset, and frankly just disgusted. But wouldn't you believe it, this whole situation actually gets worse. Now this is the thing that actually made me sit up this morning and say, okay, I need to make a video on this. Just last night, Matt Booty, head of Xbox Game Studios, said in a Microsoft town hall, and I shit you not, I quote, "We need smaller games that give us prestige and awards." So basically, you need games like Hi-Fi Rush. I am just beyond amazed that these words even left Matt Booty's mouth. How, and I apologise, but how fucking stupid can you be? Like, you have just shut down Tango Gameworks, a dev team that made you win countless awards last year, got amazing reviews, sold really well, and then a day later you come out and say that's exactly what you need. I don't know how everyone else feels, but to me, all this does is scream that Microsoft have no idea what they're doing. You know what, before Bethesda was purchased by Microsoft, I wasn't on YouTube, so I don't actually think that any of you know this because I don't think I've ever spoken about it before. When it was first being rumoured that Xbox were looking at buying Bethesda, I'll be honest, I was really hoping it wouldn't happen. And I know that that was unpopular, especially at the time, but like I said at the start of the video, I am just a Bethesda fan. And the last thing I wanted was Bethesda to have to answer to a $1 trillion company who could one day wake up and decide to make stupid decisions, as they have proven that they often do in the last couple of days. In fact, the only reason I even bought a Series X was because of Bethesda. I was pretty much done with Xbox, I didn't really see a point in buying their consoles anymore, but them owning Bethesda and ZeniMax made me want to continue to invest. For the games, not for Xbox. And now I'm worried about the future of my favourite game company. And look, just, you know, in case I haven't made this abundantly clear already, I really couldn't give a shit what happens to Xbox, as long as the companies owned by them are safe, but I just look at this like Hi-Fi Rush being a really successful game, yet the studio gets shut down. Arcane Austin literally got forced into making Redfall, an online game that they weren't used to making, and yet when it fails, they get forcibly shut down. Bethesda has some amazing games lined up. Machine Games are releasing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle this year, a game I've been covering a lot on the channel, my most anticipated game of this entire year, but what if it doesn't do well? Does that just mean Machine Games, the devs behind the amazing Wolfenstein series and the original Quake, get shut down? Arcane Leon are developing Blade, one of my most anticipated games based on one of my favourite superheroes, but again, if it doesn't do well, are we just going to shut them down as well because you just shut down Arcane Austin? Because I absolutely promise you that this game will already almost immediately get like fake bad reviews by Marvel fans who don't own an Xbox or PC and can't play it, because stupid shit like that unfortunately just happens in the industry. We've already seen rumours and leaks about how a Doom Year Zero, a new Doom game being made by id Software, is coming out, and if that doesn't do well, are we just going to shut down the company that makes the amazing Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal? Will I just lose one of my favourite franchises because Xbox execs don't know how to properly market a game and run their studios? You know what, let me actually do something here, let me add some proof to this. Hellblade 2 is releasing in like 2 weeks or something at the time of recording, and besides one teaser trailer, this is the only marketing we have. That's it, what you're seeing on screen, that is the full marketing campaign of Hellblade 2 thus far. And this one lazy tweet is something that anybody with a Twitter account could have posted. As a matter of fact, I did just that. Like I said, I don't care about Xbox or PlayStation or Switch. I care about the games, and the games I want to and will play. If Xbox want to run themselves into the ground, go ahead, but please don't drag these companies down with you. I'm just pissed, and I don't even know what to say anymore. Hi-Fi Rush did amazingly well, especially for a shadow-dropped game. And when Jez Corden asked what exactly determines success for an Xbox game these days, Alan Greenberg, Vice President of Xbox Games Marketing, tried to say Hi-Fi Rush was a break breakout hit for them in all key measurements and expectations, and they couldn't be happier with it. Yet they still shut the fucking studio down a year after release. And then you have the audacity to come out like a day later and say you need studios like Tango to make games like Hi-Fi Rush. What the hell are we doing, Xbox? Really, just what are we doing? What is going on? Are you just upset that Sony had more controversy on Twitter this week with Helldivers 2, so you decided to wake up and make your own stupid decisions? And these are just 2 studios, by the way. Don't even get me started on Roundhouse Studios and Alpha Dog Games. All of these studios, hundreds if not thousands of people out of a job, and they have to find out through a random email from Matt Booty, and it's just disgusting. I'm angry, I'm upset, and most importantly, I'm disappointed. The execs have failed to do their jobs once again, and yet it's all of these people who are losing their jobs who will now struggle to put food on the table for themselves and for their families and loved ones. And that is what pisses me off more than anything about this entire situation. And to go even further, with the amount of layoffs last year and everything happening this year, who even wants to work in this fucking industry anymore? If I was a game developer, I would seriously be waking up every day absolutely terrified to just check my email in case I've been fired. The sheer anxiety that so many devs must go through every day working in this industry the last few years, I don't even want to imagine it. And guess what? I didn't even like Redfall. Like most people, I thought it was dog shit. I didn't enjoy any of my time with it. And again, let's go even further, I don't even think it could have been saved, like Cyberpunk or Fallout 76 was. I think the core of the game was so utterly awful and bad, it wouldn't have ever been saved. But one failure on a game that the studio didn't even want to make should not equal everyone losing their jobs. Like, how do you honestly expect games to perform well if the devs behind the games don't even want to make the games and don't care about the games that you're forcing them to make? I want to use Bethesda Game Studios as an example here. BGS make what they want, and I mean that's very clear. If it was up to anyone else, Fallout 4 would have never happened. After how huge Skyrim was, Bethesda would have gone straight onto Elder Scrolls 6. But guess what? It would have sucked, because nobody at Bethesda at that time wanted to make another Elder Scrolls. They got sick of it, so they went on to Fallout 4, and then they did Starfield, and now they're back to Elder Scrolls with that passion in their hearts again. If you force a dev team to create a game that they do not want to make, there is no love or passion behind it, of course you're going to get a bad result. So because of some idiot exec's decision, all of these people at Arcane Austin have now lost their jobs. All of these people at Tango and all the other studios have now lost their jobs. Again, let's go even further. Take a look at Halo. They haven't done anything amazingly reviewed in literal years, but they continue making games. But Tango creates something amazing and unique, like a one-of-a-kind game like Hi-Fi Rush, and get shut down. Why are we punishing people for making good games? Well-sold games and well-reviewed games even. Honestly, I don't even know what else I can really say here. I am worried about my favourite company's future under the leadership of Xbox, if you can even call it a leadership. I really am. Like, genuinely, I'm worried at the moment. But anyway, look, we are going to wrap up. If you enjoyed the video despite the awfulness behind it, please do leave it with a like and consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date on gaming news. I mostly cover RPGs and single player games around here, and I promise that the content is usually much more positive than it was today. As always, a huge and massive thank you to all of our channel members, but with all of that said and done, we are going to wrap up. So thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time. Peace.